Hey, I'm Ray Allen, and today I'm going to teach you how to move without the ball. And how to make things look easy, with style too. Technically, my dad taught me how to play basketball. He played. I grew up in the military, so I always watched him play. And just trying to do what he did just kind of helped me understand the game and just being around it. And then all my siblings played, so you get beat up enough in the household, you're gonna have to learn, so you kind of hold your own. My first memory is of me trying to make a layup. I was in the gym after my dad's practice, and I remember, I told myself that before I walked out of the gym, that I had to make 3 layups on the left side and 3 on the right side. And I couldn't do it. And I literally cried because I couldn't do it because it seemed so simple. I think that was the beginning of me trying to compete at basketball. This is how to move without the ball. Step 1, be able to read a defense and make the right cuts. I was fortunate when I was young to learn the game of basketball from a couple of coaches that just kind of held me accountable and made sure that I stuck to my fundamentals and listened to what they were asking me to do. So my whole basketball career, I always had a baseline of foundation for how to play the game. I learned that basketball was just more than shooting probably when I got to the NBA. I was always a pretty skilled scorer, and that was just always the thing that you did and people paid attention to and cared about. Once you get to the NBA, you realize that everybody can do what you can do. But making an extra pass, moving without the ball, making a hard cut so your teammate can score, all those things help your teammates and they help you get your team win. So that's when I learned that. Sometimes you have to score less, and scoring less is more. Step 2, pay close attention to timing so you know when to cut. The first drill that I had to move a lot, I was in college, and it was constant movement. I wasn't used to it, and I had to work harder to get my shot. So then I was working so hard, and then I had to shoot the ball, and then I wasn't so good making shots then. And I had to learn that I had to play this game on the move more than just on the standstill, and it certainly helped me throughout my whole career. Step 3, make sure you change your speed so you're harder to guard. I always prided myself on being in better shape than everybody on the floor, so I could do more than what the other players had the potential of doing. I think it was the night in Seattle. My career high was 54 against Utah. I'm just running all the way around the key, and I come around underneath the basket, and I come pop back up, and then I think it was Andre Karolinko that was in my face. And one, you have to be able to run with a guy like me, and then you got to go jump in the air to try to block the shot, so it can be exhausting. So it was stressful, it was definitely tiring, but worth it at the end, because at the end of the day, you know, the last man standing, you know, has the ability to take and make shots. And oftentimes I was on the positive end of those outcomes. So I'm always glad that I was able to be young and make those decisions to put the work in and not settle. Step 4, make your first cut extremely hard so your defense can't guard you. Cuts are a vital part of getting open or getting one of your teammates open. So it's just something you have to be willing to do, where in a lot of situations you don't get the credit for it. I knew it was time to move on from basketball when I wasn't playing as much, but I was putting just as much or more energy into getting ready for the game. As much as I wanted to play more, coaches saw the younger players and that you were starting to build into that direction. So I couldn't see myself doing less as far as preparation, but I wasn't getting out of it what I was putting into it. Step 5, have your feet ready, keep them moving, and have your hands ready to shoot and be in triple threat position. One of my favorite quotes is, the strongest nor the smartest will survive, but the ones that are most willing to adapt. And so throughout the course of my career, it was learning my teammates, understanding how I can help them, understand what the coaches want. All those things play into my success. I can't move into each situation thinking that I'm going to do it the way I've always done it. You know, that's the death of creativity. And so you have to always be willing to adjust to your surroundings. Moving from one team to the next, from one year to the next, even winning a championship. If you don't add anything to your team, you actually get, you get worse as a team, because other teams are trying to improve on what you guys have done. And so it's a constant state of adapting. And when you do that, you put yourself in a better situation to be able to grow and get better. Adaptation is even more important now because I'm not playing as much basketball, and I have to understand where my passions lie that keep me busy all day long, and how to maintain that competitive balance. So the evolution from playing till now, it's still the same. You still want to encourage people, inspire people to be their best self. People get that from me when you're watching and you see a move or a shot made and they're inspired to do something great in their life because it gives them a reason. It gives them that passion to go out and make their life great. Golf is such an entity where style is everything when you're on a golf course. So many different apparel companies and certainly with the shoes. And then sometimes it's just the way people walk. Certain people have a certain swag that creates a style. So there's no real descriptive way or defining idea, but you know it when you see it. This is how to make things look easy with style too. Step 1, practice when no one is looking, but act as if everyone is watching. It's interesting how I learned that I needed to do things over and over again. I was always a practice guy and repetition, and later on in my life I became more and more of a practice guy. One day I was playing golf and I was around 25 or 26. I was about maybe 100 yards in from the green. All I had to do was just pass through the ball with the club and get it up and down, and it'll be on the green and I have a putt birdie. But as I stood there, I had this feeling of, I have no idea where this ball is going to go. I never practiced that 100-yard in shot. I just expected that I'll stand over and I'll just swing it and then it'll go there. So I said I need to start practicing these shots over and over again so I'm not guessing. And that's how it helped with my consistency. Step 2, don't do it till you get it right. Do it until you can't get it wrong. As I got older, I learned to love practice more. When I was younger, it was like you're thinking about all the things you can be doing and where you're gonna go after practice, and I can't wait to get off the court. And then I learned as I got older to be present and to focus on the task at hand. And that's the only thing that was important at the moment. And then when I moved on from it, then the next thing will be important. So I learned to stay in the moment and just understand that I have to get this right. And I gotta do it so much so that I can't get it wrong. Step 3, no matter what, always have confidence. People often ask me, how do I do what I do, whether it is playing basketball, playing golf, or just working out in general. My response is always that I'm just comfortable with what I'm doing because I do it on a regular basis. When you're uncomfortable, you're in a position where you haven't done something regularly enough. And I think that goes the same for how you dress. Certainly, everything that you do in your life, the more comfortable you are with it, equates with, how often you do it. Step 4, never get too high or get too low. Fascinating as I move through life, playing sports at different levels. People always look at you as if you did something extraordinary or otherworldly, and I always remind them that, great achievements happen because people don't give up. People continue to fight for what they believe in and what they want in their lives, and so that's what you notice with the highly successful people. You only see them successful on the day they receive an award or win a championship, but if you follow them throughout their journey, that journey is filled with tons and tons of mistakes, pitfalls, angst, disappointment, but what gets them to that ultimate celebration is because they just keep fighting and they never give up. Step 5, when you're in the throes of the work, make it seem like light work. No matter how difficult it gets, you can overcome. It's interesting to be in the same category and breadth of some of the greatest shooters, players to ever play the game. What it always reminds me is that the days that I spent in the gym were well worth it. And I wasn't doing it for a pat on the back or any awards. I was doing it because I wanted more than what I was getting. I wanted more playing time. I wanted to be someone who people feared when they came onto the court, and I enjoyed it. So the sacrifice is all well worth it.
How to